So I would have been fifth form, and I just had this instinct the first day that I got pregnant and thought, okay, it's happening again. So I went and looked at my options and asked the health nurse for advice and done a test, and she said, yeah, you're pregnant. And I thought, okay, I'm in the middle of NCA coming up. What am I going to do? So I thought, weigh up my options, and then just pressure hit and I felt depression kick in. And I just tried to fight it for so long, and I guess the worst got the better of me and decided that I was going to go for an abortion. Basically, I was just told that whatever happens between the appointments is confidential. I don't even think the school knew that I was getting an abortion. They just put it down to getting counselling. But yeah, the health nurse wouldn't tell my parents. It was just between me and her at the end of the day. I was kind of swayed that her being a mother, from her point of view, she said, you know, you've got so much on your plate at the moment, what's right for you, you decide. And I felt that she was pushing that I have an abortion a little bit, but I made up on my own mind to have an abortion. I knew if I told my parents, they wouldn't be the happiest parents that I was pregnant again. But they would have loved and supported me through it. But I guess I was just in that teenage rebellious stage of I'm bigger, stronger, and I'll do it myself. And I thought, no, like, I didn't want to lose everything that I just got back, and I wasn't thinking straight going through NCA, and thought, you know, I'll just choose this, and then no one will know about it, I'll just keep it a secret.
I remember the day Ariana had not come home from school off the bus. I actually rang the school to ask where she was. I said, you know, where's my daughter? She hasn't come home off the bus. Next minute, my daughter turned up in a red car and was brought inside. And I think it was around 5:30 that night, that evening. And it was a health nurse that come into my home and sat at the table and said she had taken our daughter up to New Plymouth for a counselling appointment.
Basically, it was all between me and the health nurse. I didn't tell the school what was happening, I just put it down to counselling as they thought I was doing counselling. And then one day I went up to New Plymouth, had the abortion, came back, lied basically to mum's face and said that I was at counselling. And then I lived a whole year with regret, and I'd have slight depression on and off. And then just one day I just couldn't take it anymore. I thought I was worthless, piece of crap really. Nothing was going for me. I just didn't want to be in this world.
Because Ari was in such a bad space and suicide attempts, we had found Ari in the shed hanging.
It took me a year to tell someone else about it. I couldn't tell my best friends, or I couldn't tell anyone. Basically, I blocked it out for a whole year. I tried things that my parents wouldn't even imagine I've tried to block it out. Then I started blocking everyone else out. I knew what I'd done was wrong, and basically I murdered something. And yeah, just had to live with it.
And, you know, as a parent, that's really hard to see your daughter go through what she's going through but not knowing what's actually going on. It was until a friend had to come down that night, Tracy, and Ariana had something to tell me and her father. And Tracy was here for support for Ariana. So Ariana pretty much told us that she had had an abortion, and that time when the health nurse came in to our home, it wasn't actually a counselling appointment. She had been taken to New Plymouth for an abortion. And, we were angry. We were so angry. We were hurt. Because we, our grandchild had been taken away from us, but also our daughter had been taken away from us in a sense. And we can't get that. We can't get that back.
They did mention something in one of my appointments with the two health nurses, and said that there is a slight chance, or a percentage, I wasn't really paying attention, that you can't have kids after an abortion. So I thought, I'm not going to be that percentage, and it turns out later on now that I am in that category. But it's hard because I'd like to find someone and settle down and have my own kids with them, or a kid.
Never once have we had anyone come, whether it was through the school, whether it was the health nurse, whether it was a counsellor, have actually come and not so much to apologise, but come and explain to us, their part in what they done in taking our grandchild away. But putting our daughter through the turmoil and the guilt and all that goes with abortion, it scars you for life. Never has anyone counselled her. She's never had counselling. It's pretty much she was dumped off that day, and that's the end of it. Clean up your own mess. No one has, the health system has never been here or done anything for our daughter to help her get through the process of after an abortion. She's had to deal with it herself, and us as a family have had to deal with it.
Parents should know what their kids are up to. Yeah. I regret not telling my parents what happened, and I've only got myself to blame, but the school shouldn't hide anything from parents. At the end of the day, that's their kids, and they have a right to know. And I guess I wasn't in the right frame of mind, and if my parents did know, I'd have the love and support, and probably would have not gone down the path I have gone down today.